Good morning and welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Josh Steffen I've got to say title, I love titles, Executive Director of the Kingwood Center Gardens.
That's
welcome
correct.
back.
Well, thank you.
Great things going on. I can hear the jingle bells and
Yeah,
sleigh bells.
and then decking the halls and
Yes.
hauling the decking and
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, and you got a nice hall over there.
We do. Yeah, the mansion's getting decorated as we speak for Christmas at Kingwood. So.
All right. Then it is an exciting time of the year. You guys always have a great activities going on during the years, but right now we want to kind of focus a little bit on
the
Christmas.
holiday, right?
Yeah.
And what's going on around then. Yeah, it's we got our usual kind of full slate of good stuff going on from the whole Christmas at Kingwood show is from November 25th through December 30th, Tuesday through Sunday. We're closed on Mondays, and it's from 4 to 9 each night. And time ticketing, you can go online, kingwoodcenter.org to do that. But we also have some specially ticketed concert events coming up as a part of it. We've got Connie Concert, a 'Tis the Season kind of concert on November 28th. So that's especially ticketed. So there's a member price for that one. Normally members get in free for Christmas at Kingwood. But there's also added features to make it more value-added experience for those concerts. And then Just Jazz Live will be on December 5th, so 2 Tuesdays. So those are, they're both from 6 to 8 p.m. So those are special features to keep in mind. But we also, even and sandwiched in between there, we've got story time with Santa in the afternoons. That's kind of outside of the normal Christmas to Kingwood hours, but that's a special kind of event, fee-based, youth and family program that we have. Well, we offered for the first time last year, and then they're offering it again. So it'll be kind of the mansion's closed during the day, just because it's decorated and set up for Christmas. So we want to keep that nice surprise for those who are coming for at night for. Each room is decorated by a different garden club or organization, typically based on a theme. This year's theme is Peace on Earth, and so it's always interesting to see how they interpret the theme into what they do. And so the mansion will be solely just for Santa and the guests who come for the whole thing. It'll be a fun time. So there's those kind of things. We've got again this year every Wednesday. Pretty much throughout the entire run, we'll have extra, drop in free with the, paid experience. Different opportunities. We're partnering with the Richland County Library System again to kind of put some of those things together. There's another story time with Santa that's actually part of the Christmas at Kingwood experience. So that's so on same days, December 2nd. So we got Santa for a full day. We have the program.
He gets pretty booked, So
he does. He's riveting to listen to. Yeah. Riveting's our word for the day, apparently.
Yes.
So that's the short time with Santa and making an ornament is at 2 p.m. and then Santa will be there again. He takes a little break.
Yes.
It's amazing. We got this special deal with him. He stopped off in the North Pole to do this whole thing.
I know.
And
you guys got pole.
We do. And from 4 to 8, so he'll be there from 4 to 8 for the usual, time with Santa, getting your picture and so forth.
And that's on December 2nd.
That's on Saturday, December 2nd. Yeah.
Okay.
So then a couple weekends later, actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have the Ashland Train Club. We got really cool model trains that are set up in the Charles side of the ballroom in the Garden Gateway. They've done that for several years. They're really good, really cool displays, just free with admission to come check out and see all the kind of cool stuff that they do. We are open during the day also, but it's a truncated hour. So we open at 10 and we close at 3 to kind of give us a little bit of a break before we open again in the evening. And the cafe put on by Bueller's Fresh Food will be open along with our garden and gift shop. Is open throughout. We sometimes got special deals going on. We also have our Kingwood Hall tours on December 14th and the 28th. Those are daytime tours of the hall. So if you want to, you'll get to see the whole thing. We kind of give you the daytime look at the hall decorations and a little history there too. So those are also by schedule, and get on the list for those two options.
Now, with all of the various things that you've got going on, obviously you folks have a website and social media.
Yeah.
You might want to share that, because this was a lot to absorb.
Yeah, there's tons going on that we keep updated on the website, especially at kingwoodcenter.org. And we'll be boosting stuff, particular stuff through Facebook, so you can always find us there. We also, what's cool, kind of we wrap up kind of the special feature nights with our live reindeer. Again, just at the end of on 28th and 29th of December. We've had them for several years, and those seem to be popular. Just kind of, it's not quite a petting zoo, but the opportunity to interact with and see up close, reindeer. Some people have never gotten to see them, and so that's always kind of a cool feature that we got going.
One other thing I wanted to just curious about now, you get through Christmas, you get through the holidays, then probably people maybe don't think a lot about Kingwood until spring. But this place is not dormant for months.
Yeah, so our winter show, starts running in the beginning of January and runs to the end of March. We've really worked hard to find ways to add in features. One, we certainly encourage people who are looking for rental space, great inspiring meeting spaces. There's a lot more availability for room, rental during that period. So we definitely encourage those kinds of things. We've been working on our greenhouse decor and displays during that period. Last year we had a really nice display of orchids. I think it was more towards February into March. But it's just kind of a fun way to how do I get through the winter and get out of cabin fever. I enjoy being outdoors, and if it's not too terrible, seeing the subtler sides of nature's beauty, in winter. So we have always got some of those kinds of things happening. We had an extra hours feature last year that we're modifying a little bit, so that starting April 1st instead of beginning of January, we'll and our hours shift in the wintertime, January, February, March, to 10 to 5 p.m. with the garden and gift shop and the cafe closing a half an hour before we close, which is always kind of typical. So our hours change, and then April 1st is when we kind of go into our main season, April through the end of October, and then we'll go back to 10 to 7 p.m.
This is why I wanted to spend a little time on that, because it's like you say, well, it's, because in our mind we kind of think everything like planning season,
right?
So we think about that. So once the holidays here, it's kind of like, well, I'm gone my mind's going, and I'm thinking spring, but I got news for you. We are still here, and we're still doing things.
Yeah, certainly it is our lower visitation period. It's a lot quieter, which is it's nice to have that respite for us and our staff, before things ramp back up. But it is definitely a time. We offer classes throughout the winter, so it's good to check out our website for learning opportunities there. We also have a great partnership with Ohio Health and some of our health and wellness programming that they provide instructors for, and there's some reciprocity there. That's been a great partnership with for the last couple of years, and we will certainly be continuing that. Our Balance and Beyond class is a very popular one, for example. Yes. But we've also offered Tai Chi and a few other things like that. So there's still stuff going on throughout the year. The other thing I mentioned you want to in there, it's not just the house during Christmas. The house decoration is kind of our longest standing tradition, but our we've been adding and really working on the outdoor lighting display. So a lot of I don't know quite half, but a lot of the garden proper, the horticulture staff have done amazing work to get tree wrapped and lit up for the holidays. So it's a combination of indoor outdoor experience of the holiday spirit.
A lot of work, and it's a labor of love. And if you really enjoy what you're doing, which you're not in this, I know you, unless you really enjoyed what you're doing. I can tell by the passion in which you speak for it. But yes, like you said, these things here for a lot of people, it's great family.
Yeah. It's great family connection points. People, a lot of them will bring their both. You would think after Christmas, the week after Christmas would be a little slow. Can be fairly busy. It's not as busy as the week of Christmas, but people are still got family gatherings, and they're looking for something that everybody can enjoy. Another thing that's really cool is our snowman circle, which is a new. So we cut out wood cutout outlines of snowmen, life-size snowmen, and offered and invited area schools to decorate and to their heart's content. And then we put them within our kind of main circular quad area. It's kind of a grassy area for people to check out. So that's new to this year. That was kind of a cool community. We've got our tree walk, of course. Different area businesses and organizations. There's 40, 50 some of them in there, through several buildings where people can walk through and check out and see the cool decorations. So that's another one of my favorite features. Bueller's has got their snacks and sips, along with the cafe where people can pick up really tasty treats during the run of the deals. The Ashland Model Railroaders and Rail Fans train display.
Okay, so they have that there.
Yeah, they set it up and they take up one whole half of the ballroom in the Garden Gateway Visitor Center, and they've got all kinds of couple of different scenes and different railroad scales and sizes, and they're in there running them, and they're available to chat up about what they've got there.
Adds to the ambiance of the Christmas. So,
exactly. And railroads are always, railroad cars and model railroads are always popular. So I've gotten to peek and get good peeks at that, and that's always kind of cool. I'm not a detail passionate person, so I've always been fascinated by people who just geek out on that kind of thing and just really get into it.
All right. I want to thank Josh Steffen, the executive director of the Kingwood Center Gardens, for being my guest on the podcast today. I wish you the very best for the holiday season and coming into the new year.